Have you ever felt invisible? Not just overlooked, but completely erased, as if you never existed in the first place? I have. And today, I want to share the story of the day my family tried to erase me, and how I learned to stop waiting for a seat at their table and decided to build my own. It all started with a photograph, a big, glossy, professional family portrait. My parents, my two brothers, their wives, all their kids. Everyone was there. Everyone except me. When I first saw it on my mom's living room wall, my heart just stopped. I asked, my voice barely a whisper, "Where am I?" My mother just shrugged. "Oh, honey," she said, "you know how hard it is to get everyone together. It was just a spur-of-the-moment thing." But it wasn't. I later found out it had been planned for months. I lived just 20 minutes away. A single phone call was all it would have taken. That photo wasn't an oversight. It was a statement. It was the culmination of years of feeling like the odd one out, the one who didn't quite fit the mold. I was the artist in a family of accountants, the dreamer in a family of pragmatists. My choices, to pursue a creative career, to live life on my own terms, were seen as a rebellion, not an expression of who I was. That night, I cried until I had no tears left. I felt a grief so profound, it was like a part of me had died. The rejection was a physical ache. For weeks, I replayed every holiday, every conversation, every little slight, trying to understand what I did wrong. Why wasn't I enough? Why was my love and presence so easily discarded? The truth is, I was begging for a seat at a table where I was never truly welcome. I was contorting myself into a shape that wasn't mine, just hoping for a crumb of acceptance. Then, something shifted. I was sitting in my small studio apartment, surrounded by my paintings and my books, the very things that made me different, and I had a revelation. Why was I fighting so hard for a place where I had to shrink myself to fit in? This space, my space, was where I felt whole. It was where I was celebrated, not tolerated. That was the day I started building my own table. It didn't happen overnight. It started small. It started with me. I began to pour all that energy I had spent seeking their approval into myself. I invested in my art, took workshops, and started saying yes to my own dreams. My table began as a small, wobbly card table for one, but it was mine. Slowly, I started inviting others to join me. I reached out to fellow artists, joined community groups, and reconnected with friends who saw and valued me for exactly who I am. My new family wasn't bound by blood, but by shared passions, mutual respect, and genuine affection. These were people who didn't just make space for me, they celebrated the space I took up. My table grew, becoming stronger and more beautiful with every new person who sat at it. There were hard conversations with my family. I had to set boundaries, explaining that while I would always love them, I would no longer sacrifice my own well-being for their conditional acceptance. Some relationships have healed, slowly and cautiously, others haven't. And that's okay. I've learned that you can't force someone to see your worth. Building my own table taught me the most important lesson of my life. Your value is not determined by your ability to fit into someone else's world. It's determined by the world you build for yourself. That family portrait still hangs on my mom's wall, a silent reminder of a painful past. But now, when I see it, I don't feel the sting of erasure. I feel a quiet strength, because I know that just out of frame, I was busy building a life so full, so vibrant, and so uniquely mine that it couldn't be contained in a single photograph anyway. If you're feeling invisible, if you're waiting for an invitation to a table where you don't feel welcome, please hear me. Stop waiting. Pick up your tools. Your hammer and nails are your passions, your talents, your kindness, and your courage. Start building. It might feel lonely at first, but I promise you, if you build a table that is true to who you are, the right people will find their way to you. You will find your family. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If this resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you'd like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's keep building our tables together.